Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the 18 live stream. This month, and we have brought you up a special edition, which is for an Excel tips and trick. And here with us, Mohammed Salih, and he is a passionate IT professional with 15 plus years of experience in software design, development, and business process automations. Experience in building web applications, also experience in automating reports. And he has a well-versed experience in MS Excel, and he has also conducted many trainings and extensive knowledge in the domains like finance, accounting, retail, communication, and life science. The fun fact is he has also a YouTube channel which is mainly focused on art and craft. So he has making a lot of videos on that, and you really need to check out his channel to learn something new. Not only for you, it was also helpful for your kids. So without wasting much time, so Sally, welcome, and the floor is yours now.
Thanks all. Thanks Adnan for the very nice introduction and welcome everyone to this session. I hope you are able to hear me well. So today we are going to look at Excel tips and tricks. So it is not going to be basic session and it is not an advanced session as well. It is like an intermediate session. And so Adnan has already given my introduction. So I'll just give you some more introduction related to my Excel knowledge. So I actually started my career in Excel. So uh, building reports and automating reports, developing applications, and preparing automate developing utilities, doing data analysis, etc., in Excel. So since then, I love Excel. I love to learn Excel, and I love to share the knowledge of Excel. So as Adnan mentioned, I have a creative channel, YouTube channel, related to arts, crafts, and animation, illusion, electronics, drawing, and many small innovations and ideas. You can definitely find my channel interesting. You can have a look at it. So let's get started today. I hope
Okay.
you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, now we can able to see the screen.
Okay. Okay, so I have already some sample data. So it is like a sales data. So you can see some order number is available, and then there is a first name and last name of the customer who bought the products, and then we have delivery status, whether if the order is reached, then we may have it as a green or amber or red, so, and then sales country, sales city, and products, what was the product which was sold, and then the price, um, quantity, and sales date and profit. Okay, we will use this data to do lots of activities in Excel. So first I want to start with my favorite one, flash fill. So as you can see in this data, you have first name and last name, right? So sometimes it is better to reduce the number of columns when you prepare a report, when you do analysis. Let's say we want to combine first name and last name together. So there are multiple ways to do this. You can use a concatenate formula, or you can use simple ampersand symbol to combine both. But now I'm going to use some a feature called a flash fill. So first I'll try to add a column here, and then I'll name it as full name, for example. So one way is to use equal to and then select first name, and then use ampersand symbol and then quotes. This is one formula. So I'm taking first name from here and then adding a space in between and then adding second name. Just hit enter and then double click here and you get the first name and last name. Copy and then do paste special. You can access paste special from here. Paste special and then you can do values, or you can access paste special using shortcut Alt E and S and then paste as values. But it has many steps, right? So I'll clear this one. So what I'll do is I'll use flash fill feature. All you have to do is you just have to create a sample data in column D. For example, Bob space Smith, and then enter. It is not a formula, no formula, no nothing tricky here. So I just entered Bob Smith, and then just press Control and E. So this is a AI feature in Excel. It's a really nice feature. As you can see, there is no formula. You can easily combine first name and last name together just by pressing Alt E. So Alt E is the shortcut. The way you can access this is, I'll clear this again. So what you can do is, so after typing first name and last name, just go to the next cell, and then you can access flash fill from here, from this menu, and then click on flash fill, and the Excel is automatically going to identify how you have how you want the data, and then it is automatically going to combine for you. So it is not only combining, you can do any type of uh, manipulation, transformation of the data. For example, I'll go to the next sheet and then I'll copy paste. Let's say you have first name and last name, and you want it, you want only first name of the person. You can simply type Bob and then press Control E. So it is automatically going to split the name. It's amazing, right? It saves a lot of time. You don't have to put the formula. You don't have to, uh,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, you don't have to do lot
Quick and
many
easy.
clicks.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's a lot better. For example, let's say you have some numbers like you can easily extract this number also. And let's say I want 222 from here. I'll just press 222 and Alt E. So Excel automatically identifies you want the third portion of this numbers. So it is automatically going to extract it for you. So it's really nice. It is magical, we could say.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope you'll find this feature very interesting. And I'll move on to next.
Mhm.
Okay, now that I have first name and last name together in one column, right? I'll just delete these two separate columns for now. Oops, I think the Excel got closed. I think I need to reopen Excel. Okay, I'll do that activity one more time. So full name and then Bob Smith, and then press Control E. It's done, and then I will delete these two columns. Done. So I'll save my Excel file. So the next thing what I wanted to do is, many of you know, maybe knowing already the Excel's sort feature. So let's say I have this data and there are some cities here, right? And let's say I want to sort this data based on cities. So you can easily do that. You can go here, where is it? Sort and filter. And then you can go to custom sort if you want, and then you can sort the cities and click OK. So now you can see all the cities like Boston and Chennai from India, US. So it is sorted based on cities. So you can add multiple sorts, like you can add country and then cities. I can show you that. Um, so custom sort. So as you can see, US, India, and US data is coming up like this. So I'll just add country above, and I'll push this on top and then click OK. So in this way, it is first sorting data based on country and then sorting based on city. So this one you may be already knowing it. So I wanted to show you one of the hidden feature, sorting columns. So this basically sorts rows, right?
Hmm.
So let's say every day you are pulling data from some system, and then before sending it to your management, right? And you are going to sort the columns. For example, you want to add quantities. Um, you want to add all the price quantities before delivery status. What you can do is you can cut this, right click and cut it, click here and then paste it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one way of doing it, right? So it will
Mm.
take time. So what you can do is you can easily add a row above here. So you can have some column order. For example, this can be in one, and status you want it in second column, second position, and then
Mm.
you want name and third position, and country and city is fine, fourth and fifth. And then you have products. If I want it in the last, I'll just make it 6, 7, 8, 9, and product I want it in the last column.
Okay.
So now I have column orders. So you can again go to sort option. Okay, and then if you go to options, right, you will get this option whether you want to sort top to bottom or you want to sort left to right. So if you by
Mm.
default top to bottom is selected, which basically sorts the rows, right? But here we are going to choose left to right. So let me select the whole data again, and I'll I'll untick this, and I'll go here, and then I'll say left to right. So first I have, so second I want delivery status, and then name, and then country. Just click OK, and then I think it is not liking it. Okay, left to right, and then click OK. Okay, let me put this data in a different sheet, and then let's remove my header just for the for trying this, and then I'll mention top to bottom. Okay, so row 1. Sorry for that. So it is now sorting. I'll do it again. So I want to sort it based on left to right, and then you need to mention the row number. So I want to sort it based on my row 1.
Mm.
Okay, based on my row 1, and then I want to sort left to right and click on OK. So now it is sorted.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great. So if we don't have numerical value, then I think it will sort based on alphabetical order, right?
I think so. Yeah, we can try that.
Okay. Based on row two. Yeah.
Yeah, I can. So based on row 2 and then A to Z. Yeah, it works.
Yeah. Okay. Alphanumeric way. That's right.
So numeric will be helpful. Again, you don't need to put this number every time manually. What you can do is you can have a back sheet. For example, you can just copy this column and keep it here.
Okay.
Okay, I'll copy again. For example, you copy this column, and in the back sheet, I'm just pasting it as I'm transpose using transport option to copy data in the rows, and then let me copy this number also. So you can have number like this, and every day what you can do is after pulling the data, you can maybe use VLOOKUP, simple VLOOKUP to get the order number. Okay,
Okay.
and then now you have the column orders. Let me freeze the range. Okay, now I have the column order, and just copy, paste special values, and then I can do the sort. Okay, and then I want to sort it based on row number 1. So I think you have to select all the data. to sort it based on row number one and left to right.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, so you can find some more tricky ways to put the serial number. And if you have more number of columns, right, it will be helpful to sort the columns easily by using column sort.
Correct. There are multiple Excel sheets which has 20 plus or 50 plus columns are there. So
Yeah,
on that cases, this is very helpful information. Yeah.
exactly. You can always have a back sheet like this, which column number you wanted uh, the reports to be, and then you can simply use VLOOKUP, and then you can sort the data. Okay, I'll just undo so that I can explain other features. I'll delete this row and I'll delete this data as well. Okay, and the third thing is, let's say you need to copy this data and you want to paste it in an email. So, and the data is more, and you're not able to copy all the data together. So if you do select all the data, right, and if you copy, it copies as a HTML table. If you put it in a email or Word document, sometime uh, it will not be in the same alignment, in the same format. Sometimes you may have pictures in the sheet, and you may have other shapes. So in that case, you will use a print screen, right? So if you do print screen, so what will
Mhm.
happen is, again, you have to combine two images together, right? So you take one screenshot with up to row number 20 here, and then scroll down and take another screenshot and then join everything together. So alternatively, what you can do is, you can select all the data as usual, and then go to this tiny option, copy option. You can use this copy as picture. So what will happen is, after that you can select bitmap, for example. So it will copy whatever you see, whatever you have selected, even though the selections are not completely visible in the screen. It will
Mhm.
copy as an image, and then if you go to, for example, paint, and I just paste its data, you can see all the data is copied as an image.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can easily paste it in a email or anywhere you want. So it will be very handy sometimes. It saves a lot of time.
Right.
Okay, and the other thing is, so filters, you may be already knowing it. So let's say I selected India, and then I also selected a city called Chennai, and like that, let's say you have selected many columns. So after that, when you manipulate data, right, for example, if you need to change the data to something else, so you have updated data in multiple columns. So in that case, what you need to do is, you have to reapply filters every time in all the columns, right? So
Mhm.
now, even though I have selected Chennai here, Excel is not showing Chennai, right? But I mean, the filter is not on a real-time basis. So
Yeah, we need to
let
go
me,
and select again Chennai one more time, right?
yeah, you have to open this and just click on OK
Yeah,
to
correct.
refresh the filter, basically.
Exactly.
So let's say you applied filter in many columns and you have to reselect all the columns every time, right? So alternatively, what you can do is, you can use reapply filter um, here, reapply filter,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you do that, so it will reapply filter in all the columns.
Oh, okay, that's good actually.
Yeah, so you can just manipulate whatever data you are going to manipulate, and then you can easily use reapply filter.
Yeah, so Control Alt L is the shortcut for that. Mm,
Yeah.
that's great.
Okay. Moving on to next, I'll take a subset of this data for this example. Let's say you have this data here, um, and you want to move product next to the customer name. Okay. So what are the different ways? You can select the whole thing and cut it and paste it here, right? So alternatively, what you can do is you can select the column data, press shift key, and you can easily drag and drop here. So what will happen is it will cut and paste the data all together like this. So you don't have to cut the column and you don't have to paste the column. Sometimes it is very handy. Use shift key and just go to the border of the selection and just copy and drop it wherever you want. So it is very easy and handy to move the data.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second. So if you want to take a copy of this column, right, you can just press Control and then click drop, drag and drop it. So what will happen is it will copy whatever data you have selected. If you use shift, it is going to cut and paste. If you are going to use control, it is going to copy the data for you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say you just have these two data you want, just press control and then take the data out, take the copy of the data.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll move on to next. Let's say you have some numbers, A1 here, and then yeah, A1 is fine. So when you're dragging something, right, if let me put it here. So if you drag this value, if you just click on this tiny square, and then if you drag the values, so what happens is it just increments the number, right? A1, A2, A3, A4. So if you want the same code as A1, so what you need to do is you can copy. This is one way you can copy and paste the data. Alternatively, what you can do is sometimes dragging is convenient. You can double click also to drag it to all the data. So if you want the same uh, information, if you don't want Excel to increment the number, so what you can do is you can simply hold the control key and press, you can drag it. So when you press control key, it is not going to increment the number.
Okay.
Okay. So similarly, for example, if you have number here, completely number, and if you're dragging it, so Excel automatically doesn't increment the number. And if you want to increment the number, you can press control and then drag it.
Oh, it's opposite way.
It's opposite way. So when Excel is automatically incrementing, and if you don't want Excel to increment, you can hold the control key. It is going to keep the data as it is.
Yeah.
If it is not incrementing, again, you can use control key to increment it. It's sometimes very handy. You can use it.
Yeah.
Split screen. So next I want to show you the split screen option. I think many may be knowing it. So let's say you have a lot of data in rows and you also have a lot of data in columns. So if you want to see both the data together, then you can use this split screen option. Just drag it, and then you have some data on the top, and then in bottom you can scroll down and you can also check the data,
Okay.
right? So you are seeing both will you will get two scroll bars. So you can scroll both windows basically. And if you update in one window, it is going to update here. Basically, sheet is same. It is just splitting the screen to view the data.
Yeah.
Right? It is sometimes helpful to view two data together. And I wanted to show another feature, which is new window. So you want to compare data in two different sheets. So what you can do, you constantly have to switch to different tabs. Let's say you have two data and you want to compare here. and you have to do switch between tab, right? Either by using mouse click or by clicking control, page down and page up.
Yeah.
This will cause some time inconvenience. It will take more time. So what you can do is you can use new window option. So it will open another Excel file. Basically, both are same Excel file, but two different windows. So in one Excel file, you can have sheet one data, and in another Excel file, you can have sales data. So two different windows. So now I can easily compare two different uh, data which are available in two different sheets in two different windows. I can simply use Alt Tab to switch between two uh, windows. So now I am in sheet one. I'll just use Alt Tab, and it is jumping to flipping to sales data. And when I say Alt Tab again, it is flipping to this data. So both are still one Excel file, and now I'm in second file, right? So let's say I update some data here. So it is also going to update in the actual file, original file. So this is my original file. I'm going to sheet one, and I can see the data getting updated. So once you're done with this validation, right, you can just close the window. You don't need to save the second window. Basically, both are same Excel file in two different windows. You can just close the Excel file and you can carry on with original file.
Okay.
And then I wanted to explain the go-to function. For example, let me scroll down and see how many data I have. So on a side note, I'll try to share some of the Excel shortcuts. I think it will be helpful for you. So if you want to go to the last data row, you can just simply press Control and down arrow, and it is taking you to the last data row, 58. Um, Control Home is again going to the first row. So now I want to jump to row number 58 in F column. So there are a couple of ways of doing it. For example, I can mention here, this is the name bar. So you can mention F58. So, and then when I hit enter, this active cell is going to jump to F column and 58 row here. So if you have for hundreds of data, it will be helpful for you sometime to jump to particular row, particular column quickly. The other way is you can use Control G. So here you can mention F58 and then hit enter. It is also going to take you to the respective cell.
Yeah.
So Control G, with the Control G, you can also mention the sheet name. For example, equal to sheet one and exclamation symbol. And then I want to go to F100.
Okay.
So if you have a lot of sheets, in that case, it will be very helpful for you. You can easily jump to particular sheet and particular cell automatically. So as you can see, I was in sales data sheet. I used Control G, and then I just entered the address, sheet one, and then F100. It took me directly to here.
Yeah.
Okay, you can easily jump like that. And for example, let's say let me create so many sheets. If you have so many sheets, okay, and every time if you need to navigate, you have to use this tiny arrow button, or you have to scroll this one. So what you can do is you can use control key, and then you can just press right mouse click, and you will get to see all sheet names here, and you can easily go to whichever sheet you want. Okay, so this will also be useful to access various sheets.
Yeah.
Okay, let me delete all the sheets.
You can click on shift and then click, right, to select multiple sheets at a time.
Yeah, that's also something useful. So as you can see, there are so many sheets available. you can press Control Sheet to select multiple sheet, or if you want to select multiple sheets at a time, you can select it like this.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it is helpful in some more cases, like you want to enter some data in multiple sheets
Mm-hmm.
um, at a time. So what you can do is you can select, like Adnan mentioned, I'm using Shift key to select all the sheets, or I'll leave only one sheet. So I'm selecting only 5 sheets. So all the 5 sheets are selected. So now I can add some information here. I can say sales code and hit enter. So now what will happen is Excel will enter this information in all the sheets in one go.
At the cell K1.
K1. So as you can see in K1, I've entered sales code, right? Only in one sheet I've entered. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to sheet 10. You can see K1 is entered
Mm.
in
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the sheets because I've selected all the sheets.
Correct. Yeah.
So sometimes, let's say, uh, so now I have data in 2 sheets, right? So you want to format the header. One way is to do format the header in sheet by sheet. So you
Mm-hmm.
can select both the sheets and
Mm-hmm.
I'll select the header, and then I'll use some formatting here, and I'll use bold, whatever font you can for, format you want, you can just apply, increase the header height. Done. I've selected both the sheets.
Mm-hmm.
So now if I go to another sheet, you can see uh, changes
Yeah.
is applied in both the sheets.
This is really helpful. Yeah.
So that also will save a lot of time. And very important feature. So a lot of time, I think everyone would have experienced this. So after downloading data from some application and after working for some time, and you feel you don't need the file anymore. So what we will do, we will close the file without saving, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It happens.
later point of time, we will think uh, we may be in a need of that file.
Mm.
You did not save the file at all. So what will happen is you can still recover that file. So it will have uh, last 10 minutes data. So
Oh.
yeah, if you go to the file, right, and go to the
Mm-hmm.
file and open, if you can go to recover unsaved workbook. So what will happen
Oh.
is, even though you didn't save the file, Excel will, any file, any uh, file which is not saved in the system, Excel will
Mm-hmm.
automatically take a backup every 10 minutes, and it will store it in this unsaved location. So you can
Okay.
easily go to this location and open, get the file. You may not get whole file, I mean actual file sometime, because if you have just
Mm.
updated any data and closed it, but at least you will get the data as of 10 minutes back,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So sometime, let's say you have done a lot of changes and then you kept the file open for 10 minutes,
Mm.
more than 10 minutes, and you close the file, then you can get the whole file as
Yeah.
it is. So
Exactly. It
it is
happens.
very useful feature.
So the Excel version which you are using right now, this is Office 365, right?
It is not Office 365, it is some other version, but it is close to Office 365.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay, so I have mentioned the Excel stores the file, right, every 10 minutes. If you want to increase the frequency, and if you happen to close the file very frequently and you need the file, so what you can do is you can go to home, more options, and then if you go to save here,
Mm-hmm.
so auto recover option frequency is set
10
to 10
minutes.
minutes. If you make it to 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
Excel will automatically store the file every five minutes.
It's
So you
just
can,
overwriting the existing file, right? It's not making a copy of it.
it is
It's
overwriting an existing file. Yeah,
okay.
it is somewhat equivalent to saving the file, even though the file is not saved,
Yeah, yeah,
automatically
exactly.
saving the file. So require file location is um, so this is auto recover location. Sometime when Excel gets crashed, right, due to a lot of data, sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
can go to this location and you can check the file.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to remember this unsaved location. You can directly go to file, open, and just go click on this. You will have this all the recent Excel files, right? And just below that, you have this recover unsaved workbook. You can go
Mhm.
here and it will automatically open the file location.
Yeah. Based on the date modified, we can get our file.
Yeah, yeah. Because the file was not saved, Excel by default put some name, I believe.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Um, and then I want to explain the Control D feature. Let's say, so you are validating these data in some other system. So what you can do is you need to update the status. You are taking one data by order number. You are checking in some system, and then you have to update the status, whether it is verified or not verified, something like that. So some ways are like, let's say you have already selected multiple cells, and so I'm just typing verified, and then I want this text in all the selected cells. So what I can do is I can simply press Control and then hit enter. Excel is automatically going to paste it in all the selected cells. You
Oh,
don't need to copy and paste separately. Uh, it works on a range together. It also works on a different set of range. For example, verified, and then you have some more data, and you verified Chennai data and Hyderabad data. You selected like this,
mm-hmm.
and you also validated Pune data, and you want to update this information. Simply press Control D, so Excel is automatically going to
Okay.
paste the data.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you may be using copy and paste special as values. For example, you have some profit here, and you want to reduce the profit by 5,
Percent.
or
Mm.
uh, so for example, yeah, just you need to add some numbers like 5, and then drag it right, and then copy and go to paste special from here, and then paste it as values.
Yeah.
So this is one way of doing it, and the other way is sometimes I find this method quick. For example, I just put one number here, 5, and if you want to modify the same column, right, copy this 5, select the data here, and do paste special either from here or access it from shortcut Alt
Mm-hmm.
E and S, and then you can perform some mathematical operation using this. So you can add this 5 number in all the selected numbers here. So for that, I can easily
Add.
click on add and click OK. Then it is going to add the numbers. And if you are going to multiply this number, go to paste special and then just click on multiply, divide, subtract, whatever you want. You can easily perform mathematical operation. It is also sometimes very handy.
It's amazing. Yeah. So this is not only multiplying or dividing or subtracting this one, this also actually copy and pasting those values because
Yeah,
we are not able to see the formula inside to this each and every cell.
yeah. So if you need to do this using formula, then you have to have a column next to it and then add a
Mm.
formula to the paste special values and copy paste on the actual column. So all
Yeah,
those things you can avoid it if you just want to replace the existing column.
exactly. Yeah.
And as you can see, the best example here is the profit is in percentage, right? But here it is in numbers. So if you want to convert the number format to percentage, so what I'm doing is I'm just selecting here and then clicking on percentage. So
Yeah.
as you can see, Excel is
Mm.
automatically multiplying by 100, right?
Yeah.
So what I'll do is in this case, I'll undo, and then I have 100 here, copy the
Mm-hmm.
100, select it, go to pay special, divide all the numbers by 100. So I got it in decimals, which are nothing but the percentage now. And then I can select these values and then click on percentage.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, it happens a lot of time. We need to convert
Yeah,
it into do it manually, but divided by 100 for this.
exactly. So this will be very useful sometime. And then, so let's say we need to add a serial number. So I'll go to this column, and then I will add a column. So one way is just put 1 and 2, select both, and then do the double click, right? You can drag it, you can just go to the last and you can see the serial number is added. So the other way is after adding one, go to the series option, and then step value and stop value you can mention. Let's say I want to add serial number. So this is the starting number one, and I want to increment the number by one. So 1, 2, 3 like that. And then I want to stop it at 100 or maybe 1000 and click on
Mhm.
OK. Okay, it is adding in the rows. So you can change it to column. It is adding in the column. You can change it to rows.
Where is that option?
It is available here in series. Go here and then you can mention columns here. You want to do this increment in the same column, and I want to stop it in 1000
Mhm.
and click on OK. So the serial number is added now. It is not a formula or nothing. It is just plain numbers. So
Mhm.
automatically it will add serial number up to 1000. I'll
Yeah,
press Control down arrow. You can see the numbers added up to 1000.
yeah.
So let me apply the header format.
Mhm.
So as you can see, if you apply header format, the option is getting released, right? Done.
Correct.
So you can double click on this brush format painter, and then it will keep the option. As you can see, you can keep on clicking it. It will not release.
Yeah.
You can even go to the next sheet and apply the filter, and then you can press escape to come out of it.
Okay. Correct.
Okay. I'll just delete this. So printing header in all the pages. So a lot of time we print the data, right? Excel data. So you can go to page layout.
Mhm.
So if you go to print, right, for example, Control P, you can see the header is available in the first sheet. And when you go to the second sheet, the header is not available.
Yeah.
So you can easily set the header. You can go to the print tiles, rows to repeat on top. So you can add some rows to repeat on top, rows to repeat, columns to repeat in all the pages. So I'll use this rows to repeat. So this I want this row number one to appear in all the pages when I do the
Mhm.
printing, even though if it is not available. Okay, simply click on OK, and then now if I go to Control P, so I can see header in the first page, and if I go to the second page also, I can see the header.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then I'll move on to next.
There are a couple of questions here. Do
Mhm.
you want to answer it now or you want to answer it at the end of the session?
Yeah, I can try to answer now. I'm very happy.
Okay. So you can see it on the screen. The question is from Satya Mohan. Madhava Lakshmi Satya Mohan. The name is too big. Sorry about that. So can we apply lookup in single workbook between multiple pages?
Single workbook between
Yeah, between
multiple
multiple
pages.
sheets. They ask you
multiple
about.
sheets, right?
Yeah. Can you apply VLOOKUP?
Yeah, we have tried it just in the beginning of the session, right? Like for example, let's say you have countries. Um, so I'll copy these two, paste it in a separate sheet, and I have countries and cities. I'll go to data and then remove duplicates. So now I have countries, city and country. So this is my reference sheet.
Okay.
Okay, so in the data, which I get it from the system, let's say I don't have country, I just have cities. So in the back sheet, I maintain cities and countries because I need it for the reporting purpose.
Mhm.
So I hope you are referring to the same thing. So I will add a column and do the VLOOKUP. I'll take the value from here, city.
Okay.
So I'm selecting whole column. In this case, there are a couple of ways of doing it. And then I'm mentioning 2 here, which means I want the second column from here, second matching column. And then I want to match it exactly the same. And then hit enter. So I
Mhm.
got the country here. Simply double click. Now I got all the countries. I hope you're asking for the same. So now we are applying VLOOKUP. The data is available in another
Different
sheet
sheet.
and
Yeah.
different sheet, and we are getting the values.
Exactly. Yeah. I hope that's the answer. That's the
Yeah,
question he's
that
asking about.
clarifies your query.
Yeah, I hope
So,
so. There is one more question about the series actually. You can see
uh-huh.
screen from the same user. What if we remove one row? Does it skip series or follows? So you have shown about adding a series of values, right, from 1 to 1000.
Mhm.
And what if you remove something else in between to that? Will that
Um,
follow the series or it will just skip the numbers?
it will skip the number because it is just a static number. It is not a formula.
Yeah,
Even though if it is a formula, right, it will skip because the formula will get broken. Uh,
yeah.
for example, if I delete rows from 5 to
Mm-hmm.
10, and the shortcut to delete a row is control minus. You can use control minus to delete the rows, or you can press control plus to add the rows.
Okay.
So once it is deleted, as you can see, the series is broken. So you have to either reapply the series or drag the series again.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to, do we have any other questions?
No, that's it. Those are the two things. Yeah, for now.
Okay. And uh, this is search box is sometimes useful. Useful, for example, if you want to access any menu, so sometimes we forget, right, where the option is available under which ribbon. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to look for it where the option is available, like to add pivot table and go to formulas, tab, review. We will go one by one to check where the option is available. So
Yeah.
alternatively, what you can do is you can simply search the option what you're looking for, and then you can use it. You can access it easily. Let's say I want to freeze the header. So now if I scroll, the header is getting scrolled, right? I want
Mm-hmm.
the header. You can apply freeze using shortcut Alt WFF. So sometimes if you don't remember the shortcut, you can go to view tab and then access the freeze span.
Okay.
You don't need to always go to the view tab. You can easily click on the search bar here and then type freeze. It is going to give you the option. You can easily access it from here, freeze span. So
Yeah.
if you want to remove the duplicates, right? For example, I copy pasted here. Uh, and then what I can do is I go here, duplicates.
Okay.
So remove duplicates. You can easily access a lot of functions um, from the search box easily.
Yeah, this is really helpful for the new users, also for the users, because personally I have used Excel 2000 and 2003. The
Mhm.
interface and ribbon is also very different when compared to those versions, right? So
Yeah.
when coming from other versions to this version, so
Mhm.
this is really handy, useful information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I wanted to quickly show you the some of the pivot table options. You have the data, and if you're new to Excel, for example, or you want to save time, you want to basically put some add some pivot table, and you have to manually drag and drop columns, right? Um, so instead of doing that, what you can do is you can simply go to Insert tab. You have recommended pivot tables. Just click on recommended pivot tables.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, recommended pivot table. So I think it is not able to remove. Let me remove the serial numbers and all excess data. And so now I'll go and click on recommended pivot tables. So it is automatically giving me some of the pivot tables. So I can directly access one of this and then complete the report.
Mm. Yeah.
So let's
This
say I
super
want,
fast.
yeah, so let's say I want a product level report, right? Sales report. So what was the sales and what is the sales price? So one way is to add the pivot table manually. So create a pivot table, drag and drop the product column and some column, whatever you want. So some you can use this feature. It comes handy. For example, I want basically product level report. I'll click on this. So it shows me quantity and price. I'll just click on OK. So I got the data. So in case if you don't want the quantity, you can, as usual, change the pivot table. You can just drag and drop, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's also
And
helpful.
yeah, and the other thing is, if you go to pivot table, so country, let's say I want country level report. So I've added country, and then I'm going to add a city. So now, as you can see, country and cities both are available in same column. So sometimes you need it in a two different column. So what can you
Yeah.
do for that? So you can, once you click on the pivot table, you will get these two ribbons. Uh, go to the design and go to this report layout option and click on show in tabular format.
Okay.
So
Yes.
it has created two different columns for country and cities. And now the country is not repeated. Sometimes you want the data
Mm.
to be repeated so that you can apply some formula, some charts or anything. So there are lots of nice feature here. You can just explore more about the design tab. So I accessed a tabular just a moment ago, and then I'll click on repeat all labels. So as you can see, the data is getting repeated.
Mm.
And let's say you don't want totals, subtotals in between. You can easily click here, and so you have subtotals here. Do not show subtotals. You can alter it, and whenever you want it, you can add totals here.
Yeah.
You can access this. Okay, you can explore this. You will have lots of pivot table features here. And another important
Mm-hmm.
um, feature which I like. So sometimes we need to merge the cells, right? So what we will do, we will add a column and we will click on multiple cells and click on merge,
Mm-hmm.
and then we will say something, some data. So what happens is if you have a merge cells, right? So sometimes it is difficult to write a macro, or when you do copy and paste,
Yeah.
and when you navigate to different cell, it creates a lot of inconvenience. So what you can do is, alternatively, uh, I'll do undo. You select all the columns, all the cells, whichever you want to merge. Do right click,
Hmm.
go to format cells. In here, there is a nice feature. Go to alignment and click on center across selection,
Okay.
and then click OK. So what will happen is the data will get aligned to center, but actually the cells are not merged.
Oh,
If you add,
this is really nice. Yeah.
yeah, even if you add any column, right, it will maintain the links between these merged cell. You can see data, the text is getting moved because it is still matching to the center of the cell.
Yeah, correct. Even the grid lines are also not visible because it looks like a merge itself.
Yeah, it looks like a merge exactly. So, so it will be helpful in many cases
Yes, exactly.
when you have formulas and all.
Okay.
Um, okay, and we move on to next. Okay, so in Excel, right, a lot of time we get data from some applications, right? We pull the data out, and then we do lots of manipulation, do analysis, reports.
Hmm.
So a lot of time data comes from different systems. So let's say you have some data in PDF. I'll just open PDF. If you need to copy the data from PDF, so this is a table, right? And you want to copy paste this data from table to Excel. Copy it, and then go to new sheet, and I'm going to paste it in Excel. So as you can see, it is disordered. It is not in the same format, right? Not in the same table. So the best way to do this is you can go to insert, uh, sorry, data, and get data from a file and from
Yeah.
PDF.
Hmm.
So when you access this feature for the first time, I think it is loading
Yeah.
something in the background. I'll go to desktop, and then I'll select the PDF,
Okay.
and then it will automatically identify various tables available in PDF, and then it will show you table 1, table 2, something like that. You can easily select the table which you want to import from PDF, and then it will import it. Okay, so in
Okay.
my PDF, I just have one table. So if you have multiple tables in different sheets, it is going in different page in PDF. It is going to show it for you. So I'll select table 1, and then I'll just click on load.
Okay. But this is directly connecting to the PDF, right? If we remove the PDF, then we'll lost this data.
We will lose this data. As you can see, it is in a table format, so
Yeah.
it has a connection to the PDF still.
Okay.
And if the PDF is deleted, it will still keep the data, but when you right click and refresh the table, right, it will
Yeah.
try to pull the data from PDF, and that time it will not be able to find the file, and that time it will clear the data.
Yeah.
But after importing, the best way is to copy and paste this data as values, or all you can do is go to this table. You can just click on convert to range. So it will remove uh, the table, and it is just now static data.
Okay.
Okay. So similarly, you can get the data from web as well. Let's say you have I'll open Chrome. If you have some table in web pages and you want to uh, I'll just go to Wikipedia page, and you have some table and you want to copy paste from web application into Excel. So what will happen is when you copy and paste, it will copy so many links and format from the web page.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
when you have so many links, then it causes always troubles.
Yeah.
And so as you can see, I'm now into Wikipedia page and MS Microsoft Excel, and you can see a lot of data, lots of data are there, and there are some tables like Excel 2007. Some tables are available, and then another table. So instead of copy pasting whole thing, the better way will be copy the link of the website
Mm.
and go to data, and you can click on from web. Let me go to the new sheet. Okay, I'll go to web. It is like doing a web scrapping.
Yeah. We have this similar kind of functionality also in Power BI to get data
Exactly,
from. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So I'm just mentioning the link and then clicking OK. And then it is going to show you all the tables available in the web page. You can select the table and click on load. And the best thing is when the table is getting modified in the web page, you don't need to copy and paste data again and again. You can just go to Excel and right click and click on refresh, and
Mm-hmm.
it is going to load the data.
Yeah.
So I want Excel 2007 format. So this table I want,
Okay.
and click on load. So like this in your organization, let's say you have some web page, and then the data gets updated very frequently, and you frequently need to copy and paste the data in your Excel. So you can create a link like this to your organization's web page, and you can easily refresh the data, and it is going to load it automatically in Excel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is helpful.
Okay, so now as you can see, 5 rows of data are available. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So tomorrow in Wikipedia, if one of the row is added in the table, then you are going to automatically get it here.
Yeah.
So if you have any queries, feel free to post it in a chat, and Adnan will be able to let me know.
Yeah. So there is one questions available now.
Mhm.
So it's what if column has duplicates and reference also has duplicate, then the VLOOKUP will work or not? While
Column.
doing the VLOOKUP from the different sheet,
Mhm.
you have removed the duplicates, right? So what
Yeah.
will happen if we have the duplicates on the reference also?
Okay.
Will that VLOOKUP will work or not? That's the question.
VLOOKUP will work. VLOOKUP will work, but it is going to take the first matching
First
data.
value from the sequence, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, if you had the two Chennai and one is in India and one is in US for an example,
Mm,
so this will obviously take India as a priority one, right?
exactly. So in this case, it has a duplicate, but both the data are same. So when I do the VLOOKUP, it is obviously going to mm, match the first row and bring the values from here. And as Adnan mentioned, if you have some incorrect data in this case, like this, um, so VLOOKUP is going to match only the first value and give you the results.
Okay.
Feel free to post your questions. I'll be very much happy to answer. So we are almost coming to an end of this session. Before closing, I will
Yeah, we are also in
share.
more than 1 hour now. So also we have lots of easy, quick functions in Excel. It's very helpful information what you have shared today.
Yeah, I'm glad it was useful. Um, so you guys, when you are working on Excel, try to learn shortcuts as much as possible because that will make your life easy. You can finish your job very quickly. You can complete your task very quickly. And if you want to learn any shortcuts by yourself, right, then you can go to online, obviously, or else the easiest way is just press Alt key in Excel. As you
Mhm.
can see, I pressed Alt key and it is going to show me all the shortcuts. And I want to go to View tab, then it says W, right? So Alt W, and then F is for freeze accessing. I'll just press F, and then for freezing row is R. So like this,
Okay.
you can learn yourself even without going to uh, online
Yeah,
tutorials.
exactly. If you spend some time together, then it is handy information.
Yeah. So simply press Alt and then you can access it whatever features you want easily.
All right. So is
Yeah,
there any other tips and tricks you have, or I think we have already gone through 40 plus tips and tricks, right?
exactly.
Yeah, this was helpful.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys can let us know in comments if you want more session like this. So we'll be very much happy to conduct. Is that right, Adnan?
Yeah, yeah, that will be good information. And as I said in the beginning of this session, so Salih is also having a YouTube channel for the craft and other things. If you don't mind, can just give a demo of your YouTube channel here.
Yeah, sure. I'm accessing my channel now, and I hope you are able to see it.
Can just paste this link here in the chat so that I can share it with other users here.
Okay. Where shall I share?
Yeah, yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Okay, so this is my channel. Apart from my work, I love to do some creativity stuff, and I have uploaded one of my video today. Um, so as you can see, I make videos related to arts and crafts. Um, so it will be completely unique. So I kind of do it on my own. So you can see different unique stuff, unique creativity stuff. Um, so related to innovation in mechanical design and tricky drawings and illusions and paper animation, different types of animations, and some electronic stuff and cardboard related thing and different other creativity stuff. And I'm sure yeah, you will like my channel. Uh,
Yeah,
you can go through it and then make sure to subscribe our channel, both the channels.
absolutely. So I will also share Salih's LinkedIn profile in this chat window so that you can connect to him directly. Um, Anything else? All right. So we are now more than 1 hour 10 minutes now. So thanks everyone for joining, and this was a great experience learning Excel tips and trick with Salih. And Salih, thanks for joining the session and sharing your knowledge with other community members here. And we look forward to have you on board on the upcoming sessions in the future as well. So thanks you. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks all.
Bye.
Bye.